But first, let's check in with the leader of the free world, who this week declared that his administration had cured cancer.
I said I'd cure cancer. They looked at me like, why cancer? Because no one thinks we can. That's why, and we can. We'd end the cancer as we know it. And deliver on our sacred obligations to veterans was the second thing I think is critically important.
No, he didn't just say that. Surely not. Let's listen again.
I said I'd cure cancer. They looked at me like, why cancer? Because no one thinks we can. That's why, and we can. We'd end the cancer as we know it.
81 million votes, folks. Now, of course, the Democrats' unofficial propaganda arm, the media and comically named fact checkers were quick to spring into action and say, no, the president did not claim he ended cancer. Reuters fact check even demanded you reject what you just saw and heard, reject the evidence of your eyes and ears, and accept their amended transcript claiming the president said we can end cancer as we know it. But no. He said, we have ended cancer as we know it. Let's go to the tape.
We'd end the cancer as we know it.
There you go. But let's not mock the president too much, because this week he did something he has failed to do for 4 long years. He finally acknowledged the existence of a grandchild and admitted that he has 7 grandchildren, not 6. Yes, another thing the bulk of the media has ignored up until just a few weeks ago is the undeniable fact that President Biden, who incessantly talks about his 6 grandchildren, actually has a 7th one down in my home state of Arkansas, little Navy, whose mother had to take the president's crackhead, whore enthusiast son Hunter to court just to get child support. Now, think about just how rotten a family must be, just how cruel and callous the grandparents must be to ignore the existence of an innocent little girl who should, with her cousins, be enjoying the rare privilege of having the president and First Lady as her paternal grandparents. Instead, she had been shunned while the president talked endlessly about his 6 grandchildren, how dear they are to him, how he speaks to them every day, no matter how busy he is.
I have 6 grandchildren, and I'm crazy about them. And I speak to them every single day. Not a joke.
Not a joke. That was only 3 months ago. Even White House aides were told the Bidens have 6 grandchildren. They were obliged to repeat that lie as well. But earlier this month, something happened. The New York Times, one of the Democrats' friendly media outlets, published an opinion piece with the headline, "It's 7 grandkids, Mr. President." Finally, it wasn't just conservative media pointing out the first family's big fat lie. And then last week, Florida Governor and Republican presidential nominee, hopeful I should say, Ron DeSantis, called out the president in this brutal fashion.
You hear Biden, what does he say? He says, hey, these are all of our kids. They're not your kids, they're all of our kids. First of all, Joe, they're not your kids. Second of all, before you're saying they're all of our kids, why don't you spend some time with your granddaughter in Arkansas, or at least recognize her existence before you start worrying about our kids?
So this week, the president belatedly acknowledged Navy, releasing this statement saying, Jill and I only want what is best for all our grandchildren, including Navy. Finally! What does it say about this man that he had to be shamed into acknowledging his own grandchild? Remember, this is the man who said he was going to restore basic decency and honour to the White House. Say what you will about President Trump, but he's never been a deadbeat granddad.